Praise God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Let's get right into it, y'all. Let's get right into it. A lot of sad things going on. And I feel as though I need to share some things with y'all. So stay here with me, man, because I'm thinking today, like, hey, if God would have never took me through what he took me through, I wouldn't be who I am today, and I wouldn't be able to tell you the story. It's called a testimony. And it's like, God said that, you deny me, I'm going to deny you. See, I don't have no catchy lines for anybody. I just got real talk. And all you got to do is just be still for a while, some of you young people. Just take your time, man. Put the blunt down, put the wine down. Listen to what I say to you. I can remember, man, walking, almost 30 or 40 years ago. And the young boys and young girls, the little kids at the time, they like 9, 10, 11. They say, hey, stupid stag. Hey, there goes stupid stag. Here comes stupid stag. They called me stupid. They was calling me stupid stag. And you know what? I was stupid. I was chasing them drugs, man, out there running bad. Yeah, just like everybody else. I'm not everybody, but most of the people in the generation that was lost, stupid, just like me. And but what touched me more, my soul, was that it was kids saying it, because that's how we used to mock people when we was kids. We used to tease people and call them stupid. Not just about drugs, I'm talking about anything. Older people, we see them doing dumb because we didn't understand. We just call them stupid. But the ironic thing about it today is that if they hear me now and listen to me, they know who they are, who used to call me stupid stag. And do you know they stupid now? So you saying it to judge me? No. See, the thing is that our choices in life make us stupid. We can see the older people, and because we don't engage and we haven't, reached up to that level of status in our life, we don't understand what's making you act like that, what's making you look like that. You ain't shaving, you ain't taking no bath, your clothes raggedy, you stink, all this here. We calling you stupid. See, anytime you get off course, that's what you are, stupid. Was I stupid? Of course, 100% I agree. But when I see them now, I know that they got to remember. I remember I used to call you stupid stag. We used to call you stupid stag. But look at me now. Right? Not look at me. I'm saying them. Look at themselves now. They saying look at me now. See? But see, you got to understand, that's not to judge. That's a phase in your life. And only the strong survive, man. Because like I said, if God wouldn't have took me through all those things that I went through in life, man, I'm talking about I went through some hell, man. I wouldn't be able to sit here right now today and say things that I'm saying. People say you talk about the past too much. Well, God says that if you deny me, I'm going to deny you. It's called a testimony. What saved me was the testimony of people saying the things that I'm saying right now. The people that write about the things that I write about right now. That's the things that reached me, because I knew that it had to be coming from God, because the paper didn't know who was looking. The paper didn't come looking for me. Sometimes I got the paper out the garbage can. When I was in solitary confinement or whatever, when the library used to come back with the magazines and the books, and the Chicago Defender used to come down through the ranks and through the trenches, and it just I used to read the editorial parts, man, and like I said, I used to read my story, man. People who changed their life around. And I read the name now, wouldn't even know who they was, probably bumped into them on the street and even had a conversation with some of the people who didn't even know who they were. Because that's how God works, man. He keeps it separated. You never know who you're talking to through God. Those messages were so clear, man, with clarity, man. It had to be for me. So anyway, in the storm, I can remember somebody that was really close to me, man. Man, listen, I don't know. I ain't had nowhere to go, man. They had just let me out of jail. It was Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. I had no socks on. Right. It was below zero. And I can remember going to this lady house, the closest person to me in my life. I can't, really be no descriptive than that. And she did me in the front and then said, you can't stay here. And then made a phone call to somebody else, and they said I couldn't stay there. Like I say, once again, I'm going to say this periodically. If God didn't take me through what I went through, if I wouldn't have went through all of that to be at the bottom, then I wouldn't know. Because I was really generous and kind-hearted, man. I was a sentimental kind of guy, man, for other people's problems and issues and liabilities and everything else. But when he take it away, everybody else straight but you. But anyway, man, they didn't let me in. So I had to, jumped over the L because I had no money, had no socks. It was cold, man, like I said. And took the L to 63rd Street in Chicago. and then took the 63rd Street bus going to see. Then went to a place called Christian Assembly Outreach. Yeah, it was a shelter. And do you know what that shelter, man? It was like bringing me back to life for things, man, because it was warm. It was a bed, and it was a place like you didn't have to pay to come through the door. So, but I really feel bad at the Lord's, not about how they treated me. It was just because of what my life was going through, man. It was just bad, just bad. So I woke up the next morning, we had to line up in the kitchen. It was about 15, 20 of us lined up in the kitchen with our plate and fork and spoon, our hand or whatever. And sausages, eggs, grits, biscuit and coffee or either orange juice or whatever. That's what people used to donate, the surplus from, say, 7-Eleven, White Hen, and different places like that. Jews, those stores, they used to donate to places like that. But I'm standing in line, so then when I'm eating, I'm thinking like, all this stuff is free. We didn't have to put no energy or go take nothing or rob nobody or sell no dope in order to get this. It was free. It was given to us. Because it was set up that way, man, for people who was trying to get their lives together. So I gradually, but like I told you, for them turning me away, that was still in my head. It was a pain, man. So I'm still going on the next day. We shoveling snow and then going off and cleaning up and doing different things. But just keep you busy. Keep you busy, even though there's still a pain in my heart. I wasn't sharing it with nobody. It was in my head. My ex-wife, because she's right there. She used to come there every other day, go up to the store. We used to go up there, get some chicken wings and stuff and be talking or whatever, So, yeah. Those was the times, man, that I had to share with you for somebody to storm, man. Don't think that if it's all the way at the bottom that there's no hope. That's not true, man. I'm telling you, God is good, man, for real. So anyway, then they gave me a voucher. Not from the shelter, another place of giving, to go get clothes. Then you go to a thrift store, of course, or Salvation Army, something like that. But you get 3 pants, 3 shirts, a jacket, a hat, shoes. Yeah, with a voucher. So I'm saying, damn, man. Went to Family Dollar, get a bottle of spray starch. You might, back then, I think it was Jordache was the designers, Jordache, Calvin Klein, and some other kind of stuff. Yeah, pay $2 for a pair of jeans and go get a bottle of spray starch and get the bottle of spray starch and spray the clothes up, and it'd be just like, I'm saying all this energy that I was out here in the streets and all this stuff was just really simple. I backslid one time. One time I backslid, and that's coming out of that shelter. And I used the excuse as my father passed away. I'm going to be back in a minute. Let me make sure I'm get these in order. All right, I've got to share with y'all today for a reason. And then you have the people who hide now. The ones that were younger then that had, saying a lot of things that they shouldn't have been saying because they didn't understand. They was being trained to be who they were, trained to be demons. They didn't know. They were all innocent, just like me and everybody else. See, God had his training going on, but so does Satan. And so when things blow up and get outrageous, the very person who tried to reach them with the experiences and the mistakes that they have made, they turned their back. They couldn't hear, they didn't listen. And that don't mean that it's a bad thing, because it happened to me too. It happened to all of us that got misled. We had to find our way. But the same person who taught you and trained you to be that way will be the ones that's trained you trying to kill the very person who tried to save you. Because you still had not given up that life yet. You figure, I got to go do something in order to make it, instead of being humble and come clean in front of the world. Like I told you, like God said, you deny me, I'm going to deny you. You get to the point, man, you get up in the morning, you appreciate the things that you do. You don't know, man. Just be out there selling snowballs every day. And somebody just see you out there in the sun. Some people riding bags got money just looking for people like you to give something to. They ain't coming to buy no snowball. They might give you $100. They might just give you something or whatever. Just give you a box of Jordans or whatever, man. Because they admire your hustle. They see you all the time. Not when they first see you, but when they see you rain, sun, sleet, snow, whatever, and they see you all the time, man. People pay attention to you, man. See? Because you're showing up and you're showing out. You got some people wait till you sell snowballs, sell socks and towels all day long, and come at the end of the day after they figure you done made some money and ask you for $50 or $100. That's probably all that you made. You got people like that. See, listen, man. When God give you senses, man, that extra perception to understand, don't ignore the sage, man. You'll never ignore the sage, man. People's characters, when they do certain things, they tell you about what they will do. You ain't have to see it. They did it already several times, and they trying to do it now. You got to understand that, man. See, God people is different. And you wasn't always God's people. See, he chose you. And when he chose you and pulled you out, you can't straddle the fence. There's no two ways about this. Either you there or either you here. As simple as that, man. See, and it don't be a thing like you judging or whatever, because like I say, you was once lost, I was once lost, and now you found. See, that's how it go, man. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, too, about all these liabilities out here. People got all these liabilities, and they instead of taking in more liabilities, but they want you to pay for them. See, that's why I was telling somebody the other day that, man, here those people wonder why you single. I just made 66 the other day, too, by the way. Happy birthday to me, yeah. And people wonder why you single. How many 66-year-old people, women, men, whatever, that don't have a house full of liabilities or that's related to a hospital liabilities? They have kids, they have grandkids, they got great-grandkids, they got all kind of people. I never was a family-oriented person. To me, it's like logic, man. The deal breakers when you sitting there, you instead of seeing somebody else pregnant tomorrow, the next day, next week, or whatever. But we don't have nothing. We not generating nothing, man. No kind of revenues is moving around here. We don't have no ideas. We just thinking about how to rob somebody or steal or to whatever. Say me too, man. I once lived a life. It's kind of messed up, man. But we had to preach. Do you know sometimes I talk, man, some of y'all don't understand the word I'm saying. But then there's others, man, that can hear and know exactly what I'm saying and why I ain't saying certain things and why I am saying certain things. It's like, man, you got to be careful about what you say. You don't want to disrespect the game. You don't want to disrespect God. And I just don't want to just hand it right to you. You got to earn it, man. But we'll push you into the direction. And once you start seeing, like, man, this is all I got to do is simple. Like I told you, I had to do is just wake up and walk into the kitchen in the shelter. It was the plate of food for me. I told you it was like down the line. It was a process. Because the people who donated the food, then you had to have somebody that brought it from there to where we were. Then somebody had to cook it and prepare it. Same thing with everything. We're in training. See? You in training like that. A lot of people can't say what I'm saying, right? And because like I say, once again, God said you deny me, I'm going to deny you. But sometimes people, they have different ways to convey messages, to disseminate. And like God says, there are many different parts of the body, man. We don't all have the same function. The eyes, the mouth, the ears, the teeth, the feeling. See, it depends on where you are. Some people, because of their jobs, their careers, or whatever, they can't. Because of the people that they're around, they can't go up and say, man, I was a dope fiend. I just smoked crack for 15 years. You can't know. People are harsh, man. A lot of times people looking for something to hold against you, to say something about you, using your past against you. So, yeah, there's some things you can't say about people, man. You be careful about that. People are wicked and evil, man. Not saying all. I'm not cynical. I'm just saying. Everybody don't, it's not for everybody to say different things, man. It depends on what your position is, what your job is. Don't worry, that's not your part. This is my part, though. This part right here is my part. Because, like I say, you never know who stumbled up into your message. It don't take but one person. It could be, listen, it could be 30, 50, it could be 100 people just run right past what I'm saying because it's not moving. But it could be one person that hears something that's similar to what they say. What do you say? Man, damn, that happened to me. And they'll keep on listening because it was for them. And I will never know who that person is. See? Just like a lot of videos, a lot of things that I read and I hear on the radio or whatever, and I heard that message, man. Sometimes Steve Harvey or whoever, They'll never know who I am. Because it wasn't for them, man. You know, it wasn't for them to hear. Oh, wow. What did I do? I didn't even do this thing. What did I do? Right. And then there was this lady, right, who wrote something on my YouTube page. You know, by the way, TikTok, I can't tap into that no more. Once you get out of that app because of the Donald Trump thing, it's shut down, it's over with. This year, CapCut, a lot of those different apps that was making money. But like I say, it's going to be a lot of things going to affect a lot of us. I wasn't making money off the site. I was going on for entertainment and other things like that anyway. So, but a lot of people was capitalizing, advertising, and everything else. Like he said, I agree with him. But like I say, all of us going to feel the pain as Americans, but then there's going to be benefits later for our economy. Because they was killing us, man, all kind of money, man, every day they was making off us. So Donald Trump was right about that. I'm saying I stand by him behind that still, because I understood. But somebody wrote on my page about, you know, Michelle Obama, you know, that she didn't want to go by and sit by that demon, you know, Donald Trump. See, listen, that's what I keep trying to say, man. A lot of people through that election, you know, they wasn't saying, you know, like, about Kamala Harris. No, they just said they didn't vote for her because she was incompetent. She didn't ever state what her policy was. There was never no manifesto or nothing, which is true. But it was never harsh things like racism. He a bigot, and he had sex with this lady and all that kind of stuff, man. Wasn't nobody saying that about Kamala Harris. Think back. See, that was the viciousness and hate, man, of people, the haughtiness. You know. It was two people running for office. That's what it was, man. In order to speak or support your candidate, you say what they're qualified to do, what they're going to do. That's what everybody was saying about Donald Trump. The first thing they saying he's going to do, he's going to get them immigrants about here. That's what everybody do. But they wasn't talking about Kamala Harris. They just saying she just didn't state her policy. She was incompetent. That's all they said. But they weren't doing what y'all doing. Just like when somebody said that Michelle Obama didn't come, she broke the tradition of coming across the floor. She took an opportunity that day to embarrass the sisters. And one of the sisters wrote on my page and said, yeah, she didn't want to go sit by. Listen, let me tell you something. That's a different arena, man. That's on a whole nother level. And when you had an opportunity to present yourself in what you can call the courtier, you took it upon yourself, you know, to let them know really what it really was. In a place like that, man. See, behind closed doors, so y'all do what y'all do. The rest of them was fighting with their wives. And do you think that out of all those people that was there at Jimmy Carter's, funeral, wasn't in there with somebody else committing adultery? Probably the same people that was having an affair with was right there in the place. All kind of stuff was going on with the people that was right there, but you couldn't see it. You just had to have common sense to know. It was professional, man. These people lead the country, man. See, not the block, not the hood. And that's what you don't understand, man. You know, and the ones that support it, how could you pull her down on your level? How can you relate to her, to the hood, to the ghetto? How can you still pull her here? That's the sister. That's right, sister. Show them, motherfucker. Show them what's up. See? And y'all still support it. Y'all still talk about black men this and black men ain't that. But you say nothing about the black woman who stole all that money from Black Lives Matter. $4 billion, man. For the George Floyd thing. That built up for that cause. You didn't just rip off black people, you ripped off white people too. It was a lot of white people supported that too, man. A lot of rich people put money into that. $4 billion, that's a lot of money, man. She got 5 years too. See, listen. This is what, and then Fani Willis, like I told y'all, one of the prosecutors coming at Donald Trump, like I told you, all of them gonna get it. See, because that sister mentality, man, y'all taking y'all power into a whole nother arena, man, and you forgetting what level you're on, man. You got a degree and y'all been doing things in the hood. Now you trying to go across them royal floors and do it, man. You can't do that to them kind of people, man. See, them kind of people, man. People of power, man. You gotta stay out. Look, you gotta stay out of that league, man. When you talking about doing the stuff that y'all do, but y'all been so comfortable because y'all been doing it, man. To many people, like I say, once again, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, and people like that, man. Y'all been successful with that, but you can't mess with nobody. Anybody with good sense, man. I'm stupid, but I know not to mess with nobody like Donald Trump. I'm in support of Donald Trump, and for everything he do, I can read him. That's a dangerous ass man. I would listen. I'm supportive of him, behind him, or whatever, but I would not like try to do business, the transaction with him or whatever. No, they got certain rules they follow, man, and it ain't no favoritism, it ain't prejudice, it's none of that. It's just stuff that if you don't know, then you finna get burnt. You'll be signing something one day and you thinking you getting $2,000 and you got it. And you walk out this door, you have to pay for this and pay for that. And before you make it to the car, he just gave you $2,000. Before you get in the car, you owe him $5,000. And you walk to almost 100 feet away and you turn around, look around, back up at the window, and you realize the paper that you just signed. And you look up at the window and Donald Trump be in the window looking down at you. It's common sense, man. It's business and it's the game, man. It's true. Why you think Steve Harvey turned on Donald Trump when Donald Trump burned him? You can't get around people like that, man. It's not prejudice, it's not favoritism. It's just if you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't. That's how it is. But what I'm saying is you have to respect, like what I'm saying now. He's smart enough to manipulate them other countries, man, and do what he's doing. He doing some Godfather Corleone kind of shit, man, like the movies. That's what he doing. He gangsting, he taxing, he extorting, that's what he doing. You know, and we could be subject to war anytime. But for y'all, man, to try to put Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, those big heavyweight people on our level, on a hood level, like, yeah, sisterhood, yeah, Michelle, that's right. Y'all, I don't know, man. That's why I say you brothers, man, be careful, man, when y'all deal with a lot of these sisters. Like I say, all of them is not on that page, but a lot of them is on that time, man. Better be real, real careful, man. A whole lot of them. All these books they didn't start writing and giving them all this information. They play games like witchcraft. Some of them just call just intentionally agitated. Hang on, I can't hear you. I'm going to call you back. Call me back. I'm saying, listen, you 70, 80 years old. Please, won't you stop calling here with that, man? That ain't doing nothing but just moving the train real slow. And if you want to go real slow and you want to stay confused and you want to stay messed up, it's because you can't keep up. Stay away from them people, man. I'm telling you, man, they'll stress you out there real. Because like I said, it's not one of them. They coming from all kind of corners and all kind of areas. The ones I don't never hear from all the time, I hear from every blue moon, good morning, hey, how you doing, or whatever. They cool. But all them other ones, man, they intentionally trying to keep your world messed up. And if they doing that, if they not successful, them be the ones that try to set you up to have something happen to you. Be careful. When you're around them, man, be careful. Watch your drinks, watch your pop, watch Kool-Aid, whatever you got sitting down, watch it, man. If you're around people like that, the first telltale signs is the things I said in ladder. If you run around people like that, man, those are the signs you got to watch them, man. Because they're in competition with you. They're a rival, man. You can't be in a relationship with somebody you're in rivalry with. You can't be with them, man. As simple as that. Either we in this car and we go in one direction. It don't be we come to compromise with which you're going the wrong way, whatever. Yeah, but we're going one direction. But when it's trying to go two different ways, you trying to pull this way and that person trying to pull that way. It ain't supposed to be. You got to try to convince them to go that way. They got to be willing to go on their own. And if they don't, man, let them go. I don't care how good they look. I find it mighty strange, man, that people can find out everything that's wrong from 40 years ago when they can't pay their mortgage or they can't pay their rent or they can't pay their car note. They can think of anything. But when they got money and they got bankroll, they don't want you nowhere near around them because they figure you're going to ask for something, you're going to want something. That's how you can tell. See? They want to do something to you now, either collect insurance off of you or something when they get broke. And they start telling themselves about what happened. What you didn't say that 30 years ago, 40 years ago. What's going on now? All of a sudden, when they get to talking about some stuff about what you did or said or whatever 40 years ago, pay attention to them. Because they broke. See? When people flying all around the world and buying new cars and taking jets like they movie stars and all this and that and other, you don't hear from them. That's one sign. Second sign is when they don't ever come in the hood. They don't never come in the ghetto. Now they come and hang in the ghetto all the time. I ain't talking about just passing through or riding through and waving, hey, what's going on, whatever. I'm talking about coming all the time, stand on the porch with everybody else, just stand out there with the blunts and the wine. Yeah, they broke. And they looking for somebody to knock off or some kind of opportunity or whatever. You got to be careful about them too. You can't stand by those people, man, because somebody looking for them already for what they did before. You got to keep that in mind. That's why they weren't coming around. But now they got to come around because they got to try to eat. Look, man, I'm going to tell you something about our culture, man, and about our life. You got to learn to try to read it, man. Yep, you got to learn to try to read it, man. And you can't read it by just listening to what somebody telling you all the time. That's one of the things that's messed up in the culture, too, the misinformation. You know, there's a lot of misinformation out there, man. People lying, deliberately lying. You be going along for years thinking you know something or whatever because of what somebody told you, and they done lied, man. They done made some stuff up. And you repeating it and all kind of stuff. You know, be careful about that, too.